In today's lecture, I will be discussing about minerals, definition of minerals, classification of minerals, and physical properties of minerals. First, coming into the definition of minerals, minerals are naturally occurring inorganic substances which are having definite chemical and atomic compositions. All of we know about rocks. Rocks which are composed of minerals, or in other words, we can say that minerals are the building units of rocks. Various types of rocks like igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks are present over the earth interior and outside portion. These various rocks are composed of various minerals. These minerals will be having various characteristics. So based on the presence of minerals which are present in the rock, that rocks will be named as particular rock. So not only in the rock formation itself, these minerals will be having varieties of uses. Some of the minerals are economically valuable minerals, like diamond is there, and various gem metals are there. Various gem minerals are there, which are using for economic improvement purposes. And the various other minerals are present, which will be some of the minerals among the gypsum, which is using in the cement industry, and some of the minerals are using as gemstones. Some of the minerals will be using for uh, the to enhance the aesthetic view of the building wall purpose. So like that, minerals are having various of yeah, uses. And now how to identify these minerals? By seeing its physical properties, how to identify these minerals. And these minerals, knowledge about the basic knowledge about the minerals are also important for a civil engineer in order to identify the particular rock. As I said in the beginning, if you wanted to identify a particular rock, you should know which are the minerals which are present in that rock. So, for example, in the case of granite, if you wanted to call a rock as granite, feldspar and quartz present should be more in the rock. Then only you can call that rock as a granite. And if you wanted to call a mineral as limestone, calcite present should be more in such rock. Marble is again it is a monomineralic mineral, along with marbles and other calcite-rich rocks are there. But in order to name a particular rock as marble, it is very mandatory that compared to all other mineral presence, calcite present should be more. So like that, in order to identify a rock as a marble, basalt, granite, or other types of pegmatite, etc. A civil engineer should have a thorough knowledge about the mineral basics also, because he is using the stones as building material, as aggregates, as sometimes as flooring materials, and sometimes as roofing material, etc. So the knowledge about rocks and minerals are very much important as a fundamental knowledge to the civil engineer. So first we are going to see the definition and classification of minerals. Minerals are naturally occurring homogeneous substance which has more or less definite atomic structure. They are mainly divided into rock-forming mineral and ore-forming mineral. Rock-forming minerals are nothing but these minerals are essential for the formation of particular rocks. As I already told, quartz and feldspar percentage should be more in the composition of granite. So in the case of granite, quartz and feldspar can be called as rock forming mineral. These are also called as essential mineral. In the case of marble, calcite is called as rock forming mineral. Like this, for the formation of particular rock, essential mineral present should be there. They are called as rock forming minerals. And another category is ore forming mineral. We can call them as accessory mineral also. Apart from essential mineral in a rock, extra minerals which are present, they are called as accessory mineral, and ore forming minerals are nothing but, as I said, economically valuable minerals. Bauxite is the ore of aluminum. Hematite and magnetite is the ore of iron. Like that, these are all uh, economically valuable minerals. These are called as ore forming mineral. From that minerals, metals can be extracted. Now coming into the various physical properties of mineral, and based on these physical properties of mineral, we can identify the minerals whenever they are getting from the field. Now we are going to study about various physical properties of mineral. First one, color, streak, texture, hardness, habit, cleavage, fracture, tenacity, magnetism, specific gravity, and form. These are the major physical properties of minerals. First one, coming into the color of a mineral. Here on the right side of the slide, you can able to see some minerals are present here. Each mineral, it is having various colors. So the color of a mineral depends upon what is the light energy which is absorbed by this mineral. When it is exposed to the sunlight, what is the light which is absorbed by this particular mineral? In that color, it will be reflecting. So color is a property which is related to the absorption of sunlight. Various minerals will be having various colors. You can able to see some mineral it is transparent in color, some it is flesh color, some it is dull white color, some it is light brown color. Like that, it all depends upon what is the absorption of light which is absorbed by a particular mineral. And next one, based on the color, there are some physical properties called play of colors. It is the development of series of prismatic colors shown by some on turning them against light. Change of colors, it is similar to play of color except that the rate of change of color on rotation is rather low. Example, plagioclase feldspar is one of the example for that. Next property we are going to discuss about streak. Streak is a powder form of a particular mineral. When you are scratching a mineral, what is the color of that powder which is generated over the streak plate? Streak plate is a porcelain plate which is used to check the streak of particular mineral. Different mineral will be having different streak. Some of the mineral will be having it will be having absence of streak because they will not be providing any powder when it is scratching over a streak plate because of its high hardness. Example, quartz is a mineral which will be having streak is absent because it's a harder mineral. The hardness of quartz will be 7, and calcite is another mineral which you also will be having streak will be very less. And we have hematite which is brown in appearance but the color of the streak will be cherry red in color. Like that, each mineral will be having different streak. Based on that streak, that mineral can be identified as which mineral. Streak is the color of the mineral powder. Next one, lecture. Lecture is a shining property of the mineral. When it is exposed to the sunlight, what is the shining property it is giving? Based on the way it is shining, it can be divided into two, metallic lecture and non-metallic lecture. In the case of metallic lecture, as in the case of hematite, magnetite, bauxite, etc., their surface will be reflecting like a metallic surface. In the case of non-metallic lecture, they will be having shyness like how the broken glass will be shining like that. Based on that, they are of various types are there: vitreous lecture, pearly lecture, silky lecture, etc. Each type of lecture will can be identified based on based on their properties. And sometimes the lecture will be absent in some of the mineral. They can be called as non-lecture or the absence of lecture in particular mineral. And here you can able to see the metallic lecture, how the metallic surface will be glowing. Example, magnetite, hematite, pyrite, and gold, etc., how the metallic surface will be glowing. And this is a non-metallic lecture. You can able to see, as I said, in the case of crystal quartz, the surface will be glowing or shining like a broken glass surface. This can be called as vitreous lecture. And some of the mineral the lecture will be completely absent because of the absence of shining property. And adamantine is a particular lecture given by diamond. It is the most brightest or most brightest or the most high shining will be given by adamantine, which is the lecture which is given by diamond. Next, coming into the property called hardness. Hardness of a mineral is the resistance of a mineral against scratching or abrasion. When the mineral is when the mineral hardness, if we wanted to check, we have to check the resistance by rubbing the mineral with fingernails or with the pen knife. If how the what is the hardness giving, what is the resistance giving against the scratching or abrasion, this is called as a resistance. If the mineral it is getting scratched with the fingernails, we can call the mud as very low hard. And if a mineral it is getting powdered with the finger, when a mineral it is getting scratched or powdered with fingernails, we can call them as very low harder mineral. When it is when we are checking with the fingernails, if it is not getting powdered but only some scratches are forming over the mineral, then they can be called as medium. If a mineral it is not if a mineral The resistance offered by a mineral, it is called as scratching or abrasion. Hardness is determined by rubbing a mineral of unknown hardness against one of known hardness, obtained by using Mohs scale of hardness. Mohs scale of hardness is nothing but 10 number of minerals are arranged in a standard hardness format based on their hardness. 10 minerals are arranged as per their hardness. It is starting from talc and it is ending with high harder mineral called diamond. The hardness of a mineral can be divided into low harder, medium harder, and high based on the methods. First one, if the mineral it is getting scratched or powdered with fingernails, they can be categorized as low harder mineral. When a mineral is getting scratched with pen knife, then they are called as medium. When the mineral is not getting scratched or powdered with the fingernails and pen knife, they can be called as harder mineral. This is how the hardness of the minerals can be determined. Here you can able to see the Mohs scale of hardness. As I told, it is starting from talc, second one gypsum, calcite, fluorite, apatite, feldspar, quartz, topaz, corundum, diamond, etc. Diamond is the most harder mineral and the least harder mineral is talc. You can able to see how the method of hardness will be checking with the fingernails and with the pen knife and with penny also. If the mineral is getting not getting scratched, then they can be called as harder mineral. Next physical property is habit. Habit of a mineral may be defined as the size and shape of the crystals and the structure or form shown by the crystal. How the crystallization happen, how the each crystal how developed. Sometimes if it is needle-like crystal, they can be called as acicular. Sometimes the minerals will be having long thin fibers, then they can be called as fibrous. Sometimes the minerals showing bladed habit, then they can be called a tabular. When the minerals occur in equidimensional grains, then they can be called as granular. Minerals which occur in aggregates of rounded grains, they can be called as piezolytic. Next one, botryoidal. Minerals shown the aggregate round masses of resembling bunch of grapes. You can able to see the bunch of grapes, how it will be looking. Same appearance will be giving some type of mineral. The habit given by them is botryoidal. Next one, columnar. The columnar crystals like appearance they will be having. Columnar example is tourmaline. Next is cleavage. Cleavage, it is the most important physical properties given by mineral. The tendency of a mineral to break more easily with smooth surface along planes of weak bonding. In the mineral itself there will be some weak bond will be present. Along that weak bond the mineral will be having tendency to break up. Sometimes it will be one dimensional, two dimensional, three dimensional, etc. Based on their weaker plane direction, they are classified into various types called basic, cubic, etc. It is the it is a primary weak bond, so primary cleavage which will be present in a mineral. It is not happening because of any secondary force. The formation time itself, the minerals will be generating various weaker bonds. Here you can able to see some of the types of basal cleavage and types of cleavage you can able to see. If a mineral it is breaking along a particular sheet like weaker bonds like horizontal or only along one direction, if they get peeled off, they can be called as basal cleavage. Mica is an example. Calcite, which is having more than two dimensions of cleavage, each piece of the calcite will be having a cubic shape because of the presence of more cleavage planes. The type of cleavage given by calcite is rhombohedral cleavage, and galena is having cubical cleavage, more than three directions of cleavage. Next one, fracture. Fracture is entirely different from cleavage. The fracture is when the mineral it is getting break, how the broken surface will be looking like. It is not the property which is generating by the mineral at the time of formation itself. It is the secondary characteristics which is generated in the mineral when it is getting break. When the broken surface, how it will be looking like, that is called as fracture. And the fracture can be various types called conchoidal fracture. In the case of conchoidal fracture, you can able to see the concentric rings will be present over the broken surface. The particular example for the mineral which is showing conchoidal fracture is quartz. Second one, even fracture. The surface of the mineral even after breaking will be smooth and regular. Then they are called as even fracture. Uneven fracture, the surface will be uneven, or they will be rough and irregular over the surface. It won't be flat enough in the case of even fracture. They are called as uneven fracture. Next one, feel. When we are touching the mineral, how they will be feeling. They will be, sometimes some of the mineral will be silky in nature, as in the case of asbestos. They will be having different fibrous like crystals will be present, and they will be very soft in nature. Some of the minerals will be very greasy in nature. Example, talc has greasy feel. Some of the mineral will be soapy, rough and harsh in nature. Each mineral will be like kaolin will be having a soapy feel, bauxite will be having a rough feel based on their properties. Another one, tenacity. Tenacity of a mineral denotes the degree of character of cohesion. Next one, magnetism. Some of the mineral will be having the properties of magnetism. Magnetite is an example for that. Fluorescence. Some minerals, when exposed in sunlight or ultraviolet light, produce a color quite different from their own. Thus, green or colorless fluoride shown a blue or purple color in ultraviolet light. This property is called as fluorescence. You can able to see in the diagram how the fluoride will be changing its color when it is exposed to the ultraviolet light. Specific gravity is a property of the mineral the important physical property of the mineral, and it can be tested in particular method. Gravity, specific gravity is a number which represents the ratio of the weight of the mineral to the weight of an equal volume of water. Thus, a mineral with specific gravity 4.0 is 4 times as heavy as water. Next one, form. The internal atomic arrangement of a mineral is manifested outwardly by development of geometrical shapes of crystal structure. So various minerals you can able to see based on their proper properties. So these are the different physical properties given by the mineral. Another one which is not got included in this particular PPT, that is transparency of the mineral. It is one of the important physical property given by the mineral. That is, when it is exposed to the sunlight, what the capacity of the mineral to allow the capacity of the mineral to allow the passage of light. When it is completely allowing the passage of light, they can be called as transparent mineral. In the beginning slide itself, we had seen different minerals based on their color. If the here we can able to see some of the minerals will be very transparent in color. This is an example. These are called transparent mineral, and the next category is translucent mineral. In the case of translucent mineral, the light will be allowed only through the edges of the mineral, only through the edges of the mineral, not through completely. Partial allowance of the light through the mineral is called as translucent. Some of the mineral examples, you have calcite, and another one is opaque. It will not allow the passage of light through. It will block the complete allow passage of light through the mineral. They are called as opaque. Here itself we have example. The chart agate, these are the examples, and the bauxite, these are the examples for opaque minerals. So with this we are concluding the physical properties of minerals.